nobody then.
Of course, the guys are cute.
They knew they were probably going to the biggest opportunity of their life. These boys, you know, should be and want to be respected as actual, for real artists.
Nick seems to be the heartthrob of the group.
We've come this far. How far can we go?
They're so hardworking and they started so young. There's nowhere to go for them but up.
We're trying to make music for everybody to listen to.
It was Nick, Howie, AJ, Kevin, and Brian came later.
After the auditions, the new band got down to rehearsing the songs and learning the dance routines that would eventually make them international stars.
Airship International had a sort of like a hangar warehouse out in Kissimmee where they would store the gondolas for the blimp, and they made space for them to rehearse. It was fun. It was cool. It was interesting. And that evolved into them getting better at focusing on their vocal parts and getting their lines down, and that's just the beginning stages of what it would be like to be in a recording studio.
The rehearsals showed there were some problems with the original lineup of the band. As a result, 2 people quit, and although one place was quickly filled by Kevin, the Backstreet Boys were still 1 member short for an important audition at SeaWorld.
SeaWorld was something that I had contacted SeaWorld about and asked them to participate. They wanted to hear and see a lot of the group before they made a decision. At that time, we were in transit. We had dropped a member, and we had to pick up a member. Brian had come down, and on Kevin's request, because he was with Cousin, and auditioned actually in the SeaWorld stands. And we were waiting to audition. We asked Brian to sing a cappella. Right? There's a show that's held there on the water, and there's a stage that floats. And he were in the stands, and we had to sing there, and we said, yeah, you're fine, you're in.
They were very, very young, so they couldn't really find a niche in a bar. It wasn't appropriate for them to really hang out in bars and sing when they were that age, especially Nick, who was probably 14 at the time.
As far as getting bookings, it was a matter of just looking for opportunities that they could do public appearances. They were way too young to go into bars with a liquor license. And it was just a matter of looking in the paper and knowing people that were events that they could be involved in that we could get exposure. And then we looked around and said, would you like us here? Sure. It's gratis. And gratis performance with a glimpse of what the group could do. Here they are, ready to go to New York. The boys. Oh, that's a great shot.
The first big test for the boys was a trip to New York City to meet one of the top entertainment agencies in the world. They were on their way for an appointment at William Morris Agency, a company that handles movie stars and the world's top performers.
Here are the boys, getting ready to go to New York for their William Morris debut. We were nobody then, and they knew they were probably going to the biggest opportunity of their life.
Hey, we're going to New York. We're going to have some pizza, some bagels. That's so fun.
The New York trip was financed by Orlando businessman Lou Pearlman.
Everybody but Howie. You ready?
You ready?
Get ready.
Get ready? Here we come.
I'm going to die in this plane.
Where you going?
Hey, Scott, New York.
All right, and you?
The Big Apple.
Big Apple. Lou? We're on the low end of Lou. And Lou is a giver. He loves to do things. I mean, he's a generous, loving man. He really is.
Okay, Lou. Look who's there. We're having a family gathering.
He treated these children like his kids. Why not adopt 5 boys and make them his children? Here we are at the airport now. And
Oh, yeah.
I did. Doing good, man.
Ready?
We're headed, yeah.
What are you picking your nose? I'm not picking my nose.
Quit picking your finger.
That's no problem. I'm doing it.
Brian?
Whoa.
Bev? A little annoyed, but he's okay. Better get better by tomorrow. I just have to say that. Lou was getting all the tickets taken care of, and there was just the counter. Lou was great about doing that.
Got the ticket?
No one knew what New York was really going to be like. It was a very exciting point. This was the breaking point of their career.
Howie.
Oh, hey.
Nick, get your shoes, Nick. Hey, I beat. And he felt me up with the whole thing. It was good.
All right.
Mickey's belt was off. So good? Yeah. Very good.
Lou named him out of the fact that it would be something that went along with how rap came along. That it was a street thing. It was something that a variety of cultures could identify with.
Big apple, here we come. Hurry up, Robert.
Hi, Mom.
Where are you?
I gotta get pulled out. What's up?
How you feeling now?
Oh, much better.
Better than you?
Better.
Cool. Nicky's playing with something. Okay.
By himself.
Greatest city in the world, they say.
Yes, part of it. I want to see the bed. Fired up. Go home.
Big Apple, we're here. Big Lou. We're here? Are we here?
We're here.
We're here. We're here, darling. We're here. Good tickets you can buy, guys. What do you think? What do you think?
This is all mine, I hope you know.
Lifestyles with the rich and Nick.
You got the credit card?
Yeah, I'll put it on the tab.
You will. Okay. Good idea.
Actually, this is all my girlfriend.
I'm gonna get a wedding ring in here somewhere.
Are you going to marry that woman?
I was only kidding. I don't have a girlfriend. All you girls out there, you're my girlfriend.
Going into our room. Yeah, with all 65 in the plaza.
Right. Well, we're in the place. Right.
Okay. You'll have big style.
Ooh, yeah. Okay. That works.
I don't like this jacket.
You don't like the cut on the jacket?
You don't like it. Where?
Put the other jacket on, Kevin. Again for him.
I mean, he works for himself and the back like
Too tight?
no. Oh.
With their unique sound, it was only a matter of time and making a few connections before the Backstreet Boys got their record deal.
It wasn't really, we didn't really have it happen particularly for a reason. We got it going on in the fall, actually the winter of 1995, which is, 2 years ago. At the same time, we released it all over the world internationally, and it just really exploded. It took off. So we had to go by popular demand to where the success was at the time.
The European market was more open and more hungry for new talent.
There was a big market in Europe, UK, Germany, places like that, for boy bands. There was a big vacuum because of Take That. It kind of had peaked and we're in the process of splitting up. And there was just a market for a new act who were in the same line but subtly different, with a more kind of hip-hop feel.
There's obviously a glamour element, and the fact that these are 5 American boys probably helped them break Britain before they actually broke their home territory.
The European market is, from what I've seen being over there, these people they're really, dedicated to music, and to live shows. I mean, it seems to me when we're over there touring, it's like almost every weekend there's some kind of, festival show with 8 bands, playing in town, that week, and then 2 weeks later there's 8 more bands coming in and doing it. And somehow, every little town, 30,000, 40,000 people show up to do this. It's a big market for, these live shows, and the boys put on a great live show.
The boys were frequent visitors to Sweden, where they worked with producers and writers Dennis Pop and Max Martin.
Sweden has become kind of a second home for you,
Sweden is very beautiful, first of all. This is my own personal point of view. It's very clean. It's got snow here, and it's the right kind of weather. The people are very nice. The girls are beautiful. Definitely come for vacation.
Oh, yeah. Bring the whole family.
And recording.
Being in a band, touring Europe while you're still at school, gave history and geography another...
How can I say? It was very educational. Yeah. It was very educational to hone our craft. Like at the time, I was in school, like when we first came over there, and I was reading my history books, and I'm in the place where I'm reading in my books, So it was very cool.
Open this one, please. Right to the front. Right in front here. Up here, Dana.
Success has brought with it both sides of fame. It's not just at public events where they are trowed by enthusiastic fans. Even when they try to do things undercover, somehow the fans always get to know.
It's a major event for us to all do something together, I mean, there are times we do it. We, may go go-karting or go bowling or, something like that. But that's just, sometimes that becomes more than it's even worth because it's just, all of a sudden now you've got 200, 300 fans showed up at this place where you were just going trying to, take it easy and have some fun.
It's so glamorous to be in a band and make money and be chauffeured around in limousines. On the downside, it's very difficult to have a normal social life.
You can never be private. You can never be alone. Is that a problem for you?
It's just one of those sacrifices you just have to be willing to make if you're going to be in this business. But it's not really that bad. We don't really have that much time taken away from us. I mean, when we're not working, we get a chance to go out as a group or as friends and just go out and have a good time, whether it be a club or like a restaurant. We have our security make sure everything's cool.
When you came here, I mean, nobody knew that you were coming, so I guess there weren't that many people at the airport?
No, we snuck in town, but once we got here, it wasn't long until everybody knew that we were here. Word travels fast.
I'm pretty impressed, and they're actually just taking it pretty well.
first day that we got here, there was like 2 or 3 fans, and I guess they tell their friends, and their friends tell their friends, and that was like 50 to 60 girls just, following us in packs. And
there are hotels that we stay at that they're closing off, 2 city blocks because of, the fans being out in the middle of the streets and stuff like that. So
in the United States, it's not as crazy as it is here. Here, it's a little more difficult for us to go out without being recognized.
It's probably a novelty that wears off pretty quick.
I think there's a good side and a bad side. There's a lot of good and a lot of attention that they get.
A lot of flowers, a lot of cars, a lot of fan mail and stuff. Just lots of them on this earth.
Screaming and they are hysteric. Can you see the girls over there?
I think it's good.
We're looking for the Swedish bikini team, but we haven't found them yet,
I never got that carried away where I like hung out in front of hotels or anything like that.
The fans know that, the Backstreet Boys have ladies around us, but we don't have no girlfriends, so they don't have to worry,
Yeah, we're always looking.
We try to date whenever we can. I mean, of course, we're just on the road constantly. Speaking for myself, I don't currently have a girlfriend.
Being in this business, us trying to find somebody is a little bit harder now because, we're a little bit selective because we're always trying to find the right perfect one who likes us for who we really are, not for what we can give or what we do. So, like I say, you have to have a good personality, a good heart, a good head on the shoulders. And I guess that's my ideal kind of woman for me.
like Howie said, it's kind of hard to find people in this business that you may or may not know whether they're really looking at you for who you are or if they're looking at you for being a normal human being. Or if they're looking at you as being a Backstreet Boy. So just gotta be careful.
Nick seems to be the heartthrob of the group.
I wouldn't take that for granted.
He's got a million web pages devoted to him. He's blonde. He's the only one with that blonde hair and those bright blue eyes.
I don't think,
And he's a baby.
Beauty is something within, as they always say.
Looks are secondary. I think you have to find somebody who, talking about femininity and this and that, you have to find somebody who complements your bad sides. Somebody who can lift you up, and you can compliment them as well and help them. Not like complimenting like, oh, you're great at that, but someone who can kind of balance you out, because your negatives can be their positives and their positives can be your negatives.
What guy would want, a bunch of screaming girls waiting outside for you? We love it, love the attention.
She called your cab driver a bitch when she was out with the car.
Oh, no.
Why, what'd she do?
That's not good.
No, she didn't do anything. She just...
It's very hard to have relationships when you're in the public eye, especially if you're surrounded by teen hysteria, because I think then your girlfriend becomes a target to like hostile irate fans. Ever since the Beatles, when John Lennon got married and he had to keep it a secret that he was married, it's been a part of pop culture, really. The fact that boys in bands are meant to have girlfriends.
It helps the boys and helps them to grow and know that they're doing the right thing and what the girls want them to do. And I think that it's also good for the girls because it gives them some good role models, because the boys try to be clean cut and a good role model for teenagers.
We've been talking a little bit about groups like the Spice Girls, for example, that in the beginning of their career, they said that they were actually a bit younger than they actually are. Do you think that's all right to do that?
About lying about your age? No. Lying about your age? Yeah, that's one thing it'll catch up to you. Yeah. It's only going to, because you're only going to get older. Exactly. That passport,
Birthday?
You kind of can't avoid it then.